Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gopakta Vrinda
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gopakta Vrinda
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gopakta Vrinda
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gopakta Vrinda
Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Hari Bol
Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo
Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Hari Bol
Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo
Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur Haribo.
Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Haribo.
go Haribo Haribo Nitai go Nitai go Haribo
Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo.
Haribo Nitai go Nitai go Haribo Haribo Nitai go Nitai go Haribo
Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo.
Haribo Nitai go Nitai go Haribo Haribo Nitai go Nitai go Haribo
Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo.
Haribo Nitai go Nitai go Haribo Haribo Nitai go Nitai go Haribo
Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo.
Haribo Nitai go Nitai go Haribo Haribo Nitai go Nitai go Haribo
Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo.
Haribo Nitai go Nitai go Haribo Haribo Nitai go Nitai go Haribo
Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai go. Nitai go, Haribo.
Haribol, everybody.
Haribol.
Namaste. Welcome to the Mantra Room for another mellow spiritual gathering. That's what this is. It's a mellow spiritual gathering tonight, which is going to be Kirtan and some guided meditation now, followed by Kirtan. And tonight we have a talk as well on some yoga wisdom and then finish off with lots of kirtan. So please kick back and enjoy. So let's begin. We'll start with go into our guided meditation now. This is really easy. If there's anyone joining us for the first time tonight, I'm glad you've found your way here. This one, if you can just close your eyes, and we'll just leave aside everything else. Whatever else may be going on, let's put all of that aside just for our time together this evening. So let's begin with closing our eyes. You might find it helpful to take a few nice, deep and long inhalations and exhalations. Just letting the breath bring you into a nice state of relaxation. And with each breath, try and let go of whatever tension may be held in different parts of your body, usually around the shoulders, down through the arms, into the hands, and the face muscles, the muscles of the skin and muscles of the whole scalp. And we also tend to hold tightness in our abdomen and stomach. So we inhale and feel that gentle expanding of the whole body with each inward breath. And as we exhale, we soften all the tightness and tension in our muscles, in our body. And just gently bring the focus of your mind into the practice. At this moment, it's the breath. And wherever the mind may want to take you on a journey during our meditation, just come back into what is happening at that moment in our meditation. Have your awareness on the rhythm of your breath. Being consciously aware of each inward breath. Being consciously aware and present of each outward breath. And also that rhythm of the breath is like a gentle wave lapping on the shore of a lake. We begin our mindfulness practice by being aware of the rhythm of your breath, being aware of each inward and outward breath, experiencing that you are the witness, simply observing each breath, not consciously engaging with the breath, but simply observing. The awareness comes that I am the silent witness, simply watching each breath. we now take this awareness also to the mind, the awareness that we are not our mind, we are not our thoughts, we are the silent witness, simply observing the stream of thoughts which is ever moving through the mind. You can repeat this following meditation. I am the silent witness. I make no effort to think, but thoughts come automatically. I am watching thoughts flow through my mind. I am aloof from them. I am the silent witness of my mind's activities. This meditation also helps us to come to the realization that we are not our physical body. We are not the ever-changing material mind. We are not our thoughts or desires. We are not our feelings, our sentiments, our emotions. We are the eternal Atma, the eternal spirit soul, only temporarily residing within this physical form. Aham Brahmasmi, I am spirit. I am the eternal spark, the eternal part and parcel of the Supreme Soul. Aham Brahmasmi. So in a moment we're going to harmonize our breath, and then starting on the third outward breath, we add the sound of the Gauranga mantra. This transcendental sound, when meditated upon, transports us to a different world, to a world beyond the temporary suffering material experience, to the eternal realm of love of God. So let us immerse ourselves, let us dive deep into this transcendental sound. Let us inhale together. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Deeply inhaling. One more time. Vasudevaya. Om Hari Om.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Hare Om.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Hare
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari How beautiful. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're imagining you singing with us, hoping that in your living rooms and kitchens and all around the world, you're joining in and chanting along these beautiful transcendental holy names with us. So we've got some time now in the program. Radhakrishnas is going to speak on some yoga wisdom.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, sorry, just arranging some technical thing there. All right, so sometimes it's not until we get here or on the way here on a Sunday that we have a topic that we would like to explore. So tonight, today, we were discussing something which happened here on the Gold Coast yesterday. It was a very unfortunate and tragic accident that took place. There was a carload of people, four people in their 20s, I think, wasn't it? Were involved in a tragic accident, and they were out in the country just going for a drive. It's been raining here on the Gold Coast, and they looks like they lost control going around a bend, and unfortunately went into the oncoming traffic. And all of the people in the car, none of them survived. So there are a bunch of families and friends who are grieving from that accident, from that incident. And it just reminded me. It reminded me of a number of things. One is where do people find shelter when these tragic things happen or other things happen in our life? You know, someone may get a diagnosis of cancer or some other terminal illness, and of course at that time people's lives are shattered. And where do we seek shelter? The reality is every single one of us is looking for shelter from the storms of life. And it reminded me, actually Madhya Lila reminded me that how many years ago is that now? 8, 9 years ago? My oldest sister, Donna, her and her husband lived up in North Queensland working in the mines and things for many, many years up there. And they were retiring, and my brother-in-law had a small plane. He was a pilot, just for his own personal plane. And they just bought a property, and well, actually even before that, we can talk about it in this way. They just signed a mortgage. They signed owning a property which had a small airstrip on it. And as they were taking off, there was some problem with the fuel. And so they had to land. And my brother-in-law, Ray, got out and had a look to see, what the fuel blockage problem might have been, and thought he'd fixed it. And they took off again. And this time they got high, and then the same thing happened again, apparently, and the plane crashed to the ground. And my sister and brother-in-law were both killed in the accident. And my mother, who lived in Brisbane at the time, happened to be watching the news, and she heard the news about a light plane crash that happened in central Queensland. And she called and spoke to Madhulila and said she saw this news item, and she said she sure hopes it wasn't Donna and Ray.
Well, she said, surely it's not Donna.
Surely
it wouldn't be Donna.
It's not. So she heard it on the news before she actually found out that it was her daughter, my sister, Donna, and brother-in-law. So of course this was a great tragedy. My mother was just bereft with grief, of course, losing her first daughter. So, there's many things that come to mind that we can talk about. I don't want to go into too long or too in depth, but one reality is, as is spoken about in the yogic or Vedic text, there was a couple of quotes that come to mind. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery wherein repeated birth and death take place." So this is the first part of the text. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery wherein repeated birth and death take place. And there are numerous texts in the Vedas, the yogic scriptures, that very clearly describe the nature of this world. In fact, it's described that there is danger at every step. At every single step in this world, there is danger, and some tragedy may happen. Now, sometimes people think, wow, this is a really kind of negative view of life. Why have you got to delve into the negative all the time? Why are you so negative about life? This is like not very life-affirming. We should just live for today and see the beauty that surrounds us, and just, in other words, basically positive thinking. We should just think positive, and in that way we will, lead a better life, a happier life. And this idea reminded me of a saying. It's in a poem. I can't remember who it was. Someone called Gray. No. Anyway, the saying is in this poem is, what was it? That's gone from my mind now. All the way here I was thinking about it. "'Tis folly to be wise when ignorance is bliss." Have you heard that saying? It is folly to be wise when ignorance is bliss. Basically, this comes down to what you don't know won't hurt you. Don't think about the future. Just live for today and just go for it. So people don't want to hear about this reality of that this material world is a place where repeated birth and death take place. And not just that, there's all other kinds of things such as birth, disease, of course there's old age, death, broken love affairs, broken hearts, losing one's job. All kinds of things are happening actually if we look at it in every moment of our life. So how do people, to cut to the chase, how do we find shelter? Where is there shelter from these storms of life? Because it's not just the aspiring spiritualist or the religionist who is, can't deal with material world and therefore try to find shelter in some kind of make-believe, as some people assume, some make-believe fairy in the sky. Every single person is looking for some kind of shelter. And where do people find shelter from the storms of life? Even the atheist is actually looking for shelter. Where do we find shelter? Where do they look for shelter? What kind of places? How about the pub? The pub is actually a place where people go to find shelter, to get some relief from the stress and worries. Alcohol, different kind of drugs that someone might take. All of this is actually to mask over this inner emptiness, this experience of misery. Of course, we use our smartphones for this as well, just to fill in time. If the mind dwells too much about the future, what's going on in one's life, then we don't know what to do. We don't know how to respond. We don't know how to act in life. So our phone, TV, binge watching different things, and of course there's food. Food is a good way that we try to find shelter by eating, and in that way try to feel a little better. Things like chocolate and cheesecake and a whole variety of different things. So this yogic path and this practice of meditation, this practice of kirtan, this is actually a journey to actual shelter from the problems and storms of life. And this is actually what we're doing here tonight. We are actually finding shelter. And what I wanted to read again is a couple of nice things, again, from the yogic teaching. So I'll finish that text that we touched on before. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery wherein repeated birth and death take place. But, O Arjuna, for one who attains to my abode, they never take birth again. And in other parts of the yoga teaching, it says, those who worship me, so here Krishna is speaking in the Bhagavad Gita, those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me, and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. And it also goes on to say in the Srimad Bhagavatam, one who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme, which are accepted as the most suitable boat for crossing the ocean of material ignorance, can achieve liberation as easily as one who leaps over the holes made by the hoofs of a calf. Such persons are meant to reside in the abode of the Lord, and they have nothing to do with a place where there is danger at every step. So this material existence, this material world, is described actually as being an ocean of misery. If you want to get a bit negative here, if you want to look at the world as it is, the material world is described as being an ocean of misery, which is impossible to swim across on our own strength. Having a beer will not help you to swim across this ocean of misery. Watching TV, binge watching on Netflix, just flipping through our phones and our feeds, eating, drinking, being so-called merry. This is not the shelter which can actually take us over this ocean of misery to the shore of safety. So in this text from the Srimad Bhagavatam, it's actually described that, particularly in, like rainy weather, there are cows maybe walking around, and of course there's the calves there, and they leave their hoof prints behind, and those hoof prints fill up with water. So it is clearly described by those who have done so that when we take shelter in the Supreme, we can just as easily cross over this ocean of misery in the same way that it is easy for a person to cross over the water that is in the hoof print of the calf that's there in the mud. Of course, we cannot step over the whole ocean, but it's very easy to step over the water which is contained in the hoof print of a calf. So this is actually what the purpose of our life is. We should actually be questioning, what is this all about? Why am I suffering? Why is there suffering? And what is the solution to the suffering that we experience? Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami, my teacher's teacher, describes that asking these questions is what makes the difference between a human and an animal. In fact, we do not really become human. We cannot really be called human according to the Vedic or yoga teachings until we actually ask this question about suffering and how to overcome suffering. It is only at that point of considering this, finding a solution to the miseries of life, that we are taking full advantage of this birth that we have, this 60 or 80 odd years that we have here. And so this is what we should be doing. We should not just be kind of, forgetting about these things and trying to cover over them. We should actually see them clearly and look for the solution. So the other thing that I wanted to read is the solution. So the solution is actually taking shelter in the Supreme. So the question arises, well, how can I do so? How is it actually possible to take shelter in the Supreme Soul? Well, that is what we're doing here tonight. And you can also do. So I want to read these 3 slokas or prayers by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which actually give us the complete answer to how we can overcome the miseries of material existence. So I'll just read these. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious." The second sloka. "O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to the living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them." And this third sloka actually explains how, in what consciousness we can actually find shelter in the holy name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly." So this is what I wanted to touch on. Of course, this opens up, one could speak on this numerous times and for many hours. But tonight is actually more about ourselves, finding shelter, where to find that shelter, and ourselves taking that shelter. So please consider these ideas, and most importantly, whether things are going well in your life or whether there is tragedy in your life and things are not going well in different areas. Please take shelter in these beautiful divine names of the Supreme, and in there you will actually find the shelter that we're looking for. Thank you very much. So now we're going to open the shelter. Right.
Second's what you normally do it in.
Okay. All right. So now we have another hour or so of nothing but Kirtan. Yeah, Nita really got no bass. There's a whisper, not even, I think it's just coming through my legs, the vibration of the bass.
I'm going to do this on the 3rd fret, because we're doing the one afterwards on the 3rd fret as well.
This one.
Sorry. Said that and then I didn't do it. Yeah? Is that okay? Are you okay with those chords?
I'm okay with the chords. Yep.
Sorry, guys. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please sing, everybody, all around the world. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just rest your heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hari Bol, Nitai Go, Hari Bol,
Nitai go, Hare
Thanks for chanting with us, guys. We had such a good time last weekend out at Freeman's Farm in Currumbin. It's actually a little bit hard to adjust to having no one here again. But we're doing our best to imagine you all there chanting with us, so hope you're having a nice time. So the next one, this beautiful transcendental sound, this is actually the sound incarnation of the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Friend. So anytime that we are resting our hearts and our minds, resting in this beautiful transcendental sound, we have the friendship, we have the association, we have that Supreme Friend standing by us. So please sing with us. Please have this beautiful experience.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Over to Radha Krishnadas. It's a rainy night on the Gold Coast, and there's a few long dark clouds.
They're coming down as well. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Bhakta Vrinda Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
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 Gopala Govinda Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Haribol, thank you.
Thanks for sticking and chanting with us, everybody. You can see there's a few people on there still. Thank you very much. That's a heavy metal move. We'd love it if you just posted in the chat where you're watching from. That would be really cool. It just helps us to visualize who's there and who we're singing with. We've got one more tonight. And before we go to that, I just want to let you know that we have an incredibly special event coming up in 2 weeks' time on the 9th of August. So next month, just 2 weeks away, it is the celebration of Sri Krishna Janmashtami. So it's Krishna's birthday celebration, and we're going to be having our next in-person event, which we're very much looking forward to. It's going to be at the Carrara Community Centre. And we do have a few places left. I think we have about 35 places left all up. So the way we're organising it is because we can only have, I think, 55 people per session. So we're breaking it up into 2 groups, so 2 sessions, and we're going to have one starting at 4:30. That's the most popular one, interestingly. And then we have another session starting at 6:30. So it'll be 1.5 hours each session, which will consist of, we'll have this beautiful kirtan, of course, we'll be singing bhajans. We'll have an abhishekam ceremony, which is the traditional birthday celebration that's performed in temples all around the world. And we'll also have a puja, an artik, and we'll have another ceremony called Pushpanjali, which is where everyone can come and offer a flower to Krishna. So we'll have a beautiful form of Krishna there. And we'll have prasad at the end of the evening, and it's going to be really, really special. So you do need to book for this one. It's not, it's actually quite limited numbers. So please check out our Facebook event or our Eventbrite event or our website. So if you want to go to search for Sri Krishna Janmashtami, Krishna Janmashtami. And if you search Carrara or Gold Coast, you should, get us there. So we're really hoping you can join us.
It will be live streamed.
It will be live streamed, if you're watching from other places. And that was one reason I was hoping people would just type in where they're watching from, so I could see how many Gold Coasters might come in person and how many are watching from other places in Australia or around the world who we might be streaming to. So if you'd like, just type in the chat where you're watching from, and that'd be really cool for us. So this last one that we're going to do tonight it's a beautiful, beautiful bhajan. It's a pranams to Lord Krishna, and it's describing how Krishna is the Lord of the universe, the source of creation. He's also the friend of the distressed, the friend of the helpless, and he is the beloved friend and Lord of our heart. So this is really beautiful. Might take you a little while to get the mantra, but if you listen carefully, then you'll find it easy to sing along.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu, Jagatpate, Gopisha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu, Jagatpate, Gopisha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu, Jagatpate, Gopisha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu, Jagatpate, Gopisha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu, Jagatpate, Gopisha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu, Jagatpate, Gopisha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu, Jagatpate, Gopisha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu, Jagatpate, Gopisha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu Jagatpate, Gopisha Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu Jagatpate, Gopisha Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu Jagatpate, Gopisha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute.
If you'd like to learn that mantra or how to play it on the harmonium, I made a tutorial video and it's on Ashraya's YouTube channel or Ashraya's Facebook page. So yeah, you can learn how to sing it, how to chant it, and also how to play it. So we're going to finish with our beautiful prayer about the holy name.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, feeling oneself to be lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, ready to offer all respects to others in such a state of mind. One can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Namaste Narashinhaya Kalaniladayani Hiranyakashi Purvakshaya Sivatam Kanekoraye Itona Shringo Maratona Shringo Ratori Tori Shringo Bahir na Shringo Hiraye na Shringo na Shringamari Sadena Prabhulai Tavakar Kamalava Reina Adhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanabrenga Keshavarita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Jaya Jagadish Jaya Jagadish Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namani Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Once again, thank you so much for staying and chanting with us. It's not the same as having you in the room, but it helps to know you're there. So thank you. It's very nice to know that all around the world, people are chanting these beautiful holy names. It makes our day, it makes our life. And we'd love to chant with you on Janmashtami. So coming up again on August the 9th, we are having a Janmashtami celebration here on the Gold Coast at the Carrara Community Centre. We'll also live stream it. You do need to book, so please, there's actually, I think there's a link posted in the chat, so you can just have a look at that and click on that and book your spot. Don't miss out, it's going to be really, really beautiful. And apart from that, yeah, we're not able to be back at the hall for some time yet. Maybe next month things will change, we'll see. At the moment, numbers are still very limited with what the City Council is allowing to have in the hall. So at the moment we're looking at doing outdoor kirtans once a month until we can have, something back to close to normal back in the hall, or just a reasonable number at least back in the hall. One thing we're not missing is the big pack down after the kirtans. Used to take a couple of hours on a Sunday. Now it takes about 20 minutes. But it's worth it to chant with all of you. So we'll happily do the pack downs again sometime in the future.
Thank you, and Haribol, good night.
Haribol, everybody. Namaste.